How's it going, everybody? So I'm just cruising around in my Mustang. Decided to make this kind of a video. You know, it's a Sunday afternoon here in Oregon, and I decided to just get in the Mustang and drive around. I don't typically make these kind of videos, but I figured why not. So if it's something that you like, go ahead and drop a comment below. Like, subscribe, follow, all that stuff. Sorry for the camera jiggling around. It's on a little tripod thing that I got in my car. It's not the best, but you gotta work with what you got, right? So yeah, I've made a couple previous videos about it, but figured I'd just drive around and talk about the Mustang and things that I've done and things that you should do, things that you shouldn't do. Mine is an 03 Mustang GT 4.6 liter V8 2-valve. If you follow, you pretty much already know. But if you're new, then cool. But I've mentioned, you know, these cars aren't the fastest. They don't got the much power, you know. But they are fun to drive. I definitely like them. I prefer the older Mustangs over the newer. I just prefer older cars in general. Early 2000s and previous. Easier to work on, in my opinion, and have fun with it. You know, a lot of aftermarket support. One thing I can say about these cars is the 2-valve has an amazing exhaust tone. They sound pretty like one of the best sounding V8s in my opinion. And like I said, one of the best, not the best. I got an aftermarket exhaust. I'm running a catless custom H-pipe, resonator delete, and two dual Black Widow mufflers. Sorry about that. And I think it just sounds mean. That's one of the first things that I did was exhaust. When I first got the car, it had these Flowmasters. They're all rusted out. So swapped those out for the Black Widows, and definitely happy I did that. Again, sorry for the rocking, but can't sit here and hold the camera, you know. Where I live, there's a decent car community. You know, got a mix. You know, Hondas, and you know, there are Mustangs, Challengers, and BMW, Subaru, stuff like that. It's definitely a big mix. And, you know, we come together for a couple meets every month. Have a good time. I'm located here in Oregon, and the seasons are always constantly changing, but we got good summer. Good summers here, and that's when we have all the car meets. Cars out today. Another thing that I definitely recommend about these is when I first got it, these things sit like a monster truck. So good set of coilovers or some lowering springs are definitely recommended in my opinion. I dropped it on some lowering springs, 1.5 inch front and rear, and yeah, I'm definitely happy with it. You know, I scrape every once in a while sometimes, but man, it looks really good in my opinion, and that's a must. If you want your car to look pretty good. My car is a what I like to call a race magnet. Every time one of those Subarus or Hondas pull up, they always want to play a little bit. Sometimes I do have a little bit of fun. I'm gonna try to keep this car NA full bolt-ons. Next year I plan on doing those 373 rear gears and then getting a tune, and then I'm definitely I'm looking more into the cams, but that's not gonna be next year's project. It's going to probably be the following year, so I'm going to look a little more into it. If you got any recommendations, leave them down in the comments. But yeah, I definitely decided to do the 373s. It was back and forth between that and the 410s, but for my setup, I'm going to meet it in the middle and do 373s. These cars have stock factory 327s. They're not the best at all. So there's a Challenger. Let's see if he wants to play a little bit. Just had a Challenger pull behind me. Yeah, he's not getting over though. We'll see. with me. I think he might want to play a little bit. Take him down to Mexico. Got a couple street bikes on the right. The Challenger's going left. But yeah, like I said, if you like these videos, just drop it down in the comments, and I'll continue to make these kind of new to this kind of setup. You know, just drop what you want to see, and I'll do it. I just need the feedback.